Hello, my name is Martin Miles, and today I will show you how to use a multi-purpose DevOps tool called Sifon in order to make backup, restore, and cleanup of a Sitecore instance. And in today's video, it will be a remote instance. And by saying remote, I mean that this is an instance running on a remote virtual machine other than the machine I'm running Sifon from. So on the very first run, it will ask you for setting up a profile. So let's give it a user-friendly name. And let's give it a prefix. Saying prefix, I mean that my instance is set up at platform.local instance, so prefix in that case equals to platform. So let's rename it, and we tell it that the profile is executed remotely, so we need to give a remote machine hostname or IP address, which is Windows 19 on 3 in my case, username and password. So now we test the connection. It looks to be successful. And what we're going to do next is we need to initialize Sifon on that remote machine. So in order to work remotely, Sifon will copy some of its business scripts into a user profile folder, and will execute these scripts remotely, so that scripts are executed in a remote context. So clicking initialize, I do that procedure. You see it's copying the scripts. Done, and it shows me which is actually a remote folder on that machine. So it has user profile under documents, and we have Sifon folder. So this is how the main screen looks like, but we need to do a couple more settings in order to go and make a backup. So we set up first and second tabs. Now we need to specify which Sitecore instance website is that on remote machine we are going to deal with. So it auto detects all the websites, and we have only one set up. Then it defines which folder is there. It's all done automatically. So it defines the folder, it defines the host names, and you might be familiar that SXA storefront.com equals to the default storefront of Sitecore Commerce. There are two bindings, both HTTP and HTTPS. Then we need to specify SQL Server connection. We got none currently, so let's do the new one. And now I want to highlight your attention and point to this. I want to say that SQL is executing in the remote machine context. That's why we set up local, and that means that it's local related to that virtual machine, not to the machine we are running Sifon from. Let's test the SQL Server connection. Looks fine, so we add it. And another thing is to set up Solar. And once again, Sifon is wise enough to automatically determine all the instances which are installed on that machine. So we see it found out 750, and you may have numerous versions. For example, on this machine I have 3 Solar instances running in parallel, and that's absolutely valid. But that remote machine has only one. So we select this URL, we can even test it, and we are fine to go. Finally, we can go to backup. So we found out that one instance I mentioned. Sifon identified that it is indeed a commerce website because it has XConnect, it has identity server, and it has commerce microservices. So I checked them all in order to make the backup of all the pieces entirely So now I tell it which folder to make a backup into. And I want to point your attention once again, this happens in the context of remote machine. So this folder backup, it does not exist on my machine where I'm running Sifon, but it exists on that machine where this platform.local runs. So everything executes local to that instance. Now I see the databases. So I see experience platform databases. I see two databases for experience commerce, and Sifon is happy enough to identify me all those. Let's select them all and make backup. So first of all, we see it tries to stop marketing automation service, and it will try to do the other services as well. Because I have 911 Sitecore platform and commerce, then we have three services running, and Sifon identified all those three and stopped all those three, followed by IIS servers, because we need to stop it as well, so that we not get sharing violation errors when we try to remove a file or folder, and it tells us that we cannot do that due to some process being in charge of that file. And now we have stopped all these processes, so nothing like that will bother our backup process. So what's going on at the moment, it creates a platform.local website archive. So this is the main website, and it makes a zip archive of it all. And once it completes with this, it will process the rest of the websites as we checked up previously. It will go to Xconnect, Identity Server, it will go to each of Commerce microservices and make a zip archive of each of them. All these files will be placed into C drive backup folder as we specified on that remote machine. And once complete, it will follow up with the databases, those we have selected. And again, once done, it will place all the backups for databases in that folder. And on later videos, I will show you how to clean up the instance and how to restore these backups in a very easy way, probably less than in 1 minute. It allows you to restore the whole instance. And you also can apply restore to numerous instances. I will show you how to do that later. So that's it. The whole backup procedure is complete. It took us less than 2 minutes for all together. And on my another screen, which is connected to that remote machine, I see there are 8 archives for 8 web folders, and there are 13 databases. No, even more databases. There are 18 databases altogether that we just made up. So that's it, and thank you for watching.